Coming up in our quest to go from this to this for this, I get bunged up. Gonna do the business. We have an issue. Well, that's interesting. I must have fed the power, the dome light, to that. Security light's not coming on. And we have a happy ending. This is so good. So good. We've got the upper portion of the dash installed. It's just a couple of corner bolts that go in there, and then the 2 bolts that on speed nuts that we've got that go up into the from the center console to that front facing dash piece. So once that's in there, now I can start putting all the connectors together. All the pre-wiring I did, all those connectors I did now can be all snapped up together. Bingo. And then we can see, make sure everything works before we progress to kind of final assembly here. So let's see how that goes. All right. Starting to look the business. Whether or not it's going to do the business. Well, I turned the power on. First thing you'll notice is that's on. It's too bad. I wonder if there's a way to make it green. I'll work on it. Anyways, let's doors. That one went. That's good. Good. All right. What's this? Fog lights. Yep, I saw them come on. You're up. You're on. Oh, that's the parking lights. Yep, they came on. Horn. I made it this one. It should be a momentary one, but I don't have another momentary switch. And I used the hazards for my horn because I felt it'd be easier to hit in a hurry and find the button in a hurry. So that's why I did that. So this one is the interior lights. Yeah, and they work. Cool. That's interesting. I must have fed the power, the dome light, to that. Anyways, just gotta switch it around. So if I reverse the polarity on this switch, because I think I pulled the power from that one on this. So if I just switch that around, it'll work. So over here, I hooked up these 2 buttons. One is for the trunk popper. The other one's to turn the security on. Should be that light. Oh, that's the trunk popper. That works. Security light's not coming on. Not sure why. So there's something else to check. Everything else seems to work. Got the clock figured out. Go to green. Just had to cut the orange wire lead. That works. Over here. Works now. Had the polarity. I remembered now. On an LED bulb, you have to get the polarity right. Had it reversed. Switched it around. Works now. On the horn. Yeah, not sounding right, is it? I don't use the horn that often, and it's basically the blower for the horn that goes to the horns. It's just the little flares aren't coming out. So usually at the summer, I use it a few times in the summer, and it comes back to life. So it's fine for now. certainly in. See if it works before we bolt her up. Somewhere in here we should see a check engine light come in that'll look like a choke. Can't remember where it is. Over here. Good. Left signal. Yep, right here. Right signal or flashing light is enough. Good. That's all I can really check here until I fire it up, and I can't do that tonight. But I think we're okay. Sweet. Yay! Did a thing. Oh, that was the hard one. The easy one's over here. See it on the camera? If you can't, tough luck. Yes, I'm going in there. This one I can find in my hand. Used to be hard when the radio was here, but since the radio's not there, it's much easier. In. Bottom pan's in. Might have to come out once everything heats up and those cables all stretch down there, but that's fine, it'll come off. I had Blake make up these adapters I was talking about, when I had the square peg round hole problem. So Blake made up a couple plates for me, different diameters I needed. I just epoxied them to the vent. Seems to work good. That's the faux glove box I was talking about. Can't fit anything behind there, so it just looks like a glove box. Our Alpine faceplate. So what I've done is I've just put the trim ring around this and just added double-sided tape to the back and then faked the tape deck door and stuck did some cricket cutting to put the Alpine in there to kind of make it look a little real, because obviously a real deck with the depth of it cannot fit back behind here because of the AC unit, and I like my AC better than I like music. This thing makes its own music. I have never turned the radio on since I've owned it. Now, that doesn't mean I don't plan to use the radio. My concept is I'm going to wire up to each one of these outputs a wire, buy a duplicate of this radio, and then put it either under that dash where the old radio was and run wires from this one all the way over to that one. So to do that I need a second deck so I can take the appropriate connections that I need and be able to make them back into the deck. Or I get some kind of wireless amp or hidden audio that basically could run off my phone, and I just put that in and over somewhere behind the dash. And this is just for looks, which I could do too. Either way, I don't have time this year to do either one, so it'll have to be next year's project. And I'm okay with that. Maybe as about as centered as it's gonna get. Slider mechanism.
Onto the final piece we need to make for the car, the knee bolsters. I'd say they turned out pretty good for a couple of rookies.
Been a while since I've done this. Holy shit. Is this ever good? Wow. It is so much better when I fit. Actually, I'm usually up 2 clicks, I think it is. There we go. Yeah, everything still fit. Oh, an evil knee bolster feels like, I think I got more room than what I used to have. Holy crap. This turned out really good. Way better than I expected. Wow. This is totally worth doing. Center console all finished up with our hidden HVAC controls. Our gated shifter, we painted that satin black with the shifter knob and from Mav by the horns. It's actually a nice piece. It's a replicated piece, but it certainly is nice. The HVAC controller that I found, it is not hooked up right now. Again, it's one of those things that I just don't have the time to do right now, so it's another day. Our vents, they don't blow quite as hard as I would like them to because they're only 1 inch, so I wasn't expecting that, and that's why I have the 2 on the outside that can do the trick. Our door switches that are currently misters and a defog, I believe, so we'll have to, I think I'll just overlay those later. For now, I know what they do. Got our faux glove box and our faux radio. Like I said, I think one day I'll figure out either a remote radio, like hidden audio, or I'll get a duplicate of this deck and kind of build that in and rewire it so that this deck would actually work and this faceplate would actually work. Clock's in and that works. We got our instrument cluster here all redone with Mav's new indicator pods down the bottom. And I got my little security, faux security, brake security, and seatbelt. I think the next thing I have to do is I can't turn the car on right now. It's a hell of a bad day. We got snow and everything else going on. So I can't run the car. I gotta turn on the car next, run the car. I actually gotta do an oil change. The brakes are pretty soft. You know, like I got water in the lines. There's a bit of moisture in there and that's causing the soft pedal. So I still gotta do that. There's bushings in the front I think could use doing. I gotta inspect those. And so there's still some more things I gotta do here before we get this on the road. It's mid-March right now. Well, early March right now. So I still got time. But I'm happy it's all back together. Now I can test it so that I can get it ready to use it again this summer. That was my big fear, is I don't want to get into anything that's going to keep me from using it in the summer. So this was a big task to do, to make sure it was going to be ready for the summer. And it is. Make sure you subscribe, because the next one I'll fire it up and we'll see how everything works lit up. And do a bit of maintenance. Man, I should have done this a long time ago. This is so good. So good.